Maybe not the favorite, but the goal is always the same, is to win. Whoever is the opponent. So we know it will be a very difficult game, but I think we are well prepared, girls are healthy and ready to fight.
I mean, I think that today I don't expect at all one easy game. I think that RZESZÓW is playing very good volleyball and is a team very well organized. That I like their system inside out. I like the system in block. Yeah, for sure they are not a physical team. They don't have probably our centimeter, but they are absolutely a very good volleyball team. So I'm excited to play against them. I'm always excited to play in Poland in front of their fans. So it will be a good day for volleyball.
Ćwierćfinał Ligi Mistrzów Kobiet i Mężczyzn, który to drużyna gospodyni Developres RZESZÓW podejmować będzie 12-krotnego mistrza funkcji, 4-krotnego zdobywcę Ligi Mistrzów i 4-krotnego klubowego mistrza świata drużynę VakifBank ISTANBUL. Przypomnę tylko, że oprócz rywalizacji Developresu z Kapakinem ćwierćfinałowym spotkaną zagra też Volley-ball i Mongo w wyniku wykluczenia drużyn z Rosji. Zwycięstwa tej polskiej rywalizacji otrzyma awans do finału, gdyż według grafiki trafiły na wygranego z pary Dynamo Moskwa, Dynamo Kazan. Z kolei Developres RZESZÓW awansuje do półfinału bez gry, bo jego mecze z Lokomotywem Kaliningrad zostały zweryfikowane jako walkowe. A teraz już, drodzy Państwo, przejdźmy do składu obydwu drużyn. No to dzisiejsze nasze spotkanie zaczynamy oczywiście od gości VakifBank ISTANBUL. Z jedynką zagra Buket Grubaj, z trójką Kansu Ezbaj, czwórką Tuba Senoglu, z piątką Ajcza Ajkacz, 6 Ibra Akman, 7 Czaka Obwodu, 8 kapitan VakifBanku.
Well, hello there and a warm welcome to the CEV Champions League for 2022. It's exciting times. We have reached the quarter-final stage and it's the heavyweights VakifBank Istanbul who visit Developres RZESZÓW. Well, there is the fixtures for the quarter-final. Monza, who are going well in the Italian league, travel to the reigning champions Moco Cornegliano. And this is one of our matches of RZESZÓW are up against Istanbul. It's going to be an exciting one because, well, for RZESZÓW, the home team, this is the first time they've made it this far, but they have a strong team at their hands. Jelena Blagojevic, who was just in the picture a moment ago, Serbian outside, who was a big part of their double-winning European Championships team, CEV Euro Volley, but they have strength all over the court. Keep an eye out for Anna Stenzel, someone who VakifBank will have to keep a very close eye on this evening. But for VakifBank, they certainly know what it takes to win this competition. As they look to win this for a record 5th time, surpassing Bergamo's 4 titles. The Turkish side claimed the title in 2011, 13, 17 and 18. Well, they were runners-up last year to Moco. And so far, they've only lost 2 matches this season in the league. The last one was to Kuzi Genchek on the 14th of November. Well, there's Miriam Bosch, or there was Miriam Bosch, who's been at VakifBank for some time. Or she's played for Turkey for some time and led that line in the opposite position, but now Ebra Karakat has come in and sort of taken that first 6th place for Turkey. But Bosch actually joined VakifBank at the start of the season, was MVP in the European qualification for the Olympic Games in 2021. But they have the likes of Michelle Barsh-Hackley, Eka Ogbogu, to name a few, both part of the USA national team who won the Olympic gold back in Tokyo this summer. Well, Giovanni Guidetti has done some job with VakifBank Istanbul. He's been here since 2008, 2009, and through that time we've seen absolutely brilliant players, including the likes of former Dutch international Lonneke Slootjes. But this is another very, very big team with Isabel Hack, a threat on the right side. There is Ogbogu. But they have a balance of international superstars and Turkish internationals in their roster. There is Barsh-Hackley. Should be starting outside tonight. And number 10, Gabby, someone who we really have to keep a close eye on. Isabel Hack is the leading scorer of this Champions League season from VakifBank, 106 points so far. Well, there is the team list for VakifBank Istanbul. They're slightly bigger on the net, that's for sure. Barsh-Hackley, Sarah Gunes, Ogbogu, who we've spoken about before, all have international experience alongside the likes of Tugba Senoglu as well. And having a look at Rzeszów, Jelena Blagijevic is the captain, one to look out for, but also, as we spoke about earlier, Anna Stencil is one of 2 players to have reached double figures in aces and points from blocks in this season's group, alongside Dresdner's Madeleine Gates. Blagijevic on the left of your screen, and Gabby on the right. Well, Gabby was the best outside receiver in the Champions League last year. Rzeszów against Istanbul, very close to getting underway. It's leg 1 of 2 in the Champions League.
Drodzy Państwo, czas na prezentację. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Rzeszów. Today,
Well, it's the first time that Rzeszów have reached the Champions League or gone past the group phase. VakifBank have an incredible record against Polish opposition in this competition. They've won 23 and only lost 4. Rzeszów will be the underdogs, that's for certain, but they're a very, very strong side who are top of the Polish league. Well, the Champions League anthem echoes around this hall in Rzeszów, and a reminder of the more important things going on in the world at the moment. Stefan Antiga is doing a fine job in charge of Rzeszów. He was the men's Polish coach when Poland won the World Championships in 2014 with the men's senior team. This is his first job in women's volleyball. Rzeszów are now top of the Polish league and going very well in front of Szemik Police. Well, the referees for this one, Marie-Catherine Langer, the first referee. He will be on the stand. As now we're ready to meet the teams. It's the most prestigious competition in European volleyball.
VakifBank ISTANBUL. Number 3,
Well, Cansu Ozbay starts in the setting position, MVP in the Super Cup in Turkey last year. Bogu will certainly start as well. Barch Hackley, Isabel Hack will start as the opposite as we get the confirmation of the first 6. Zara Gunes also gets a nod. It's a full side, it's a very, very strong side, and it's the same team that was last out against Morehouse. Giovanni Guidetti has done superb things everywhere. He's gone, the Italian for Germany, for Turkey, and for VakifBank as we meet the home team here from Rzeszów in front of Szemik Police already in the league. They're looking for their first league title and they're achieving things that they haven't done before in the Champions League. This is another step for them, that's for certain. Stencil will start with Jurczyk, Venerska and Marquez, Bayema and Blagovic on the outside. Blagovic, the one to watch, but Antigua seems like Guidetti to be one of the best coaches in the game. Wherever he goes, there'll be a certain battle between the two coaches this evening. In the chess game, they call volleyball. Well, Bruna Ponario was the 4th best scorer in this season's group stage. Isabel Hack will be dangerous, and that sort of link with Gabby and Barch Hackley on one flank and Isabel Hack on the other will provide such a danger for Rzeszów this evening. The middle blockers will be having a torrid time, especially with the height and the physicality that the VakifBank have in the middle. Well, we're underway. Champions League quarterfinals. And Isabel Hack gets us underway, the first of many this evening. Gabby serves first in system for Rzeszów, who get off the mark on the outside. Ponario on one wing, and with Jurczyk on the other, they'll have their fair share of physicality as well. RZESZÓW go to the middle, and it's a promising start for them. Overpass from Barsh Hackley. This will be doing wonders for the confidence. Stencil, already one of the best blockers in this competition, eyes on the prize through the net here before going to the sideline. Well, VakifBank back to business through Barsh Hackley. Gabby staying super stable in the pass, the arms really solid, and in the end the middle blocker has to commit with Ogbogu, and it leaves a one-on-one on the outside. So Isabel Hack serving for the first time. High out of system play, Barsh Hackley goes off the body. Sensational swing from her, the slide attack off the hands originally, but have a look at this. Defensively, the pancake is out early doors, and it sets up the transition attack. A catch in fine form, the libero. Well, Isabel Hack, the present and the future of this sport, signed from Scandici, but was the best opposite in the World Club Championships. An MVP back just before Christmas. 2 pancakes in a row from Ekac, but this time RZESZÓW kept the point. We heard Guidetti beforehand just speaking about how impressed he was with the system. Oh, that one didn't look too bad, did it? Passing woes. We will see Guidetti this evening get quite animated on the sideline as RZESZÓW go back to the outside. Great hands in the block, big celebrations as well. Bogu quick getting out there. Didn't quite feel the split in the block, but Oshbe big scenes when the setter makes a block like that one. At VakifBank since 2016, so has been on the side of Champions League wins and losses. VakifBank Istanbul have lost 2 matches at the top of the league this season. High chew off the hands. Barsh Hackley playing at 6 as Hack through the inside 10. What a recovery that is. RZESZÓW are at home, and they certainly mean business here this evening. The problem is when there's a free ball or anything without pressure, becomes increasingly difficult for the middle blockers. This from Hack was phenomenal. The offense run by Osbey and led by Guidetti will be complex to say the least. Serve on the front court receiver. It's a reverse pipe of their own from RZESZÓW. It's perfect from Honorio. VakifBank trying to force the setter's hands to the left-hand side of court to position 4, and it's flipped back through the pipe to lose the blocker. Bogu knows that she was beaten that time. Good start to this game. It's going to be an exciting one, that's for sure. Sharp off the body swing. Sorry, not sorry from Gabby. And those sharp angles are why she's one of the best in the world, because it doesn't matter. If you've got 2 blockers up, you can always divert the traffic. You have to feel sorry for the head of Katarzyna Wenerska though. Big headshot on her and big aces from VakifBank. Kara Bayema. This time just lets the ball get a little bit too close to her. She's from the USA. The outside spiker was part of Washington University, but Castle Majori as well, as it goes high and wiped off the block. Good work off the ball from Gabby Barsh Hackley, and this is the danger that VakifBank really do possess. They have such powerful hitters in every aspect of the game. This time through the pipe, there is no Sarah Gunesh. She's out the attack, but with a good split on the wing with Isabel Hack and Gabby. Then they go to Barch Hackley through the centre, looking for a one-on-one with the middle blocker. Reactions from Gabby on the turn. What a swing that one is, no approach. But the turn, quite sensational. Just feel that the VakifBank Istanbul have completely found their stride. And they're up by 4 here. Guidetti pats on the back for Gabby, and rightfully so.
Barch girl, remember, she will use some tips, some roll shots soon. So every time there is double block, expect more of those tips. She doesn't back by, so we move forward. Okay? Let's go. On high ball. Every time we split. On high ball, we split. Okay?
Well, clear from Antigua to watch the tips, the softer attacks for placement around the blocks. Well, there's support for the Ukraine. Rezhezhov very close to the border. And what's going on not too far away will be held very close to the hearts of the local population, as it is to much of the world at the moment. Well, another one goes the way of VakifBank here. Again, good positions from Blagievich, but fortunately the overpass makes it too easy for VakifBank. It's a real early step, and well, Buru's serving is causing some real issues here. Sign from Ekjakabasi Vitra, which are the main rivals of VakifBank in Turkey. Played for Moko Patengliano before that. The Olympic gold medalist, 3-time VNL winner. Gabby with an outrageous cover again. There's one back for Jurczyk, and no, on the counter maybe. Guidetti wants to have a challenge here. That means the points gone Rezhezhov's way, but VakifBank feel like they have a good cause for complaints. They go to the challenge system. Phenomenal service run by Ogbogu. Comes to an end with a good timeout from Stefan Antigua. Great timeout just to upset the rhythm of the server. Katarzyna Vanurska with the serve. Ozbey goes quick, but there's a slight misconnection between Gunesh and Ozbey, and you think they play with each other internationally and at club level. Guidetti doesn't have too much to worry about at this moment. Back in system for VakifBank, but this time the ball's a little bit too low, but it's squeezed through by Gunesh. She would like to just a little bit higher so she can have full power through the ball, and also the ability to turn it as well. Front court receiver served again. And that at least puts the pressure on the offensive systems of RZESZÓW, but it's not the offensive systems do the damage. The first time building through the rally. This is a better swinging that may look. It builds pressure on VakifBank, and it takes Ozbey out of the offense, and then Hack is out of rhythm, loses her height and gets blocked. Fantastic from RZESZÓW. Once again, defensively, they're starting to peg their way back. One-handed defense from Ozbey. This is starting to turn into a pretty good game here. And it's Gabby, who we've seen make a couple of very good defensive plays, now pop up in the angle and crush down on Honorio. Well, for Bruna, if there's somebody who's going to know what she's going to do, it's going to be Gabby. And again, as an outside spiker, Barch Hackley has just about everything you want. The ability to recycle, but the ability to just work the ball off the body and away from the blockers. Blagievich is just sitting on the tip cover, but it's very good awareness from Barch Hackley, good decision making, and it's still 6-up from VakifBank. As we heard before the game, Guidetti was saying that they have the height advantage, VakifBank Istanbul, and it's showing in the blocking phases of the game. 7 points now. Fantastic from Barch Hackley. They're serving 5 down the line to 1. Potentially trying to force the setter's hands to the outside. Barch Hackley knows that if the ball's in the system, there's a good chance it's going to go into the back set to the middle. She squeezes in to make the block.
First or second line, probably you can touch here, okay? Or something, push against the block, or deeper. Let's go. Magda? Yeah. Nad drugim to tak są. Ok, czyli SUV też można używać konflikty. Ok? I po bardzo dobrym cięciu to przyjmująca będzie tutaj. Dlatego to możesz kiwać też. Albo do środka.
Top of Poland's league up against the top of Turkey's. As that ball 5 down the line to 1 does force the setter's hand to the outside post timeout, and that allows the middle blocker just to release quite early. Blagievich is stopped, and Gunesh does a fantastic job of moving 8 or 9 meters across the net. 18-9 out. Service tactics are very good with another race. Fast down the line. It's a look of worry for Kara Bayama at the moment. And they've just been strong behind the service line. They're in a cluster. Good serving in this rotation. As Honorio tries to release herself up through the opposite. And Palandadze, the Georgian, comes in. Sets tight, chance to recycle again. So far, VakifBank have been absolutely faultless, and they just come in a wave of offense, don't they? Gabby on the pipe, and they use the middle well to commit the other middle blocker, but then they just have a second tempo through the wing, through the opposite, and through the pipe, which is just an absolute dream. Looks as if a net touch, but it could go straight to a challenge. Well, VakifBank have won the Champions League 4 times, last time in 2018. Sharp as you like, what a swing that one is. That's as good as anything we have seen so far from Blagievich. Formerly of Shemek Police, but has been here now, leading this side since 2017. The work at 5, outstanding. 2 in the block, recycling once more. Honorio, who hasn't really got firing through this game, caught underneath the ball slightly. Big high swing off, well, looking for the hands. It looks like we're going to have a challenge here. I mean, Honorio was someone that we had to keep a real close eye on. Looking for a net touch, no, is the answer. The point does go to VakifBank, no touch off of the block. Saragunesh, certainly one of the most impactful middles in the game. Oh, great setting from the libero. Just steps on in, flips it to the outside. And again, she's brought into the game. Alexandra Spiglovska. And there is a gap between the block this time for Honorio. For the change here, as Chiska comes in. As it looks like a double change from where I'm sitting, just to keep 3 on the front court. Isabella Rapach is also in, second American in this side for Rzeszów, signed from Warsaw, but well, first of all, looks like a good change for Rzeszów and Antigua. Arch Hackley going after the tall off the outside hand, but just missing VakifBank 3 away from what is a more than perfect start. Hack over the top, and that's the beauty of being as tall as Isabel Hack is at 196. Anything that is a soft shot can still be played very, very quick and take time away from the defensive team. Was the best opposite, as we mentioned earlier, in that World Club Championship. Best scorer in last year's Champions League as well. Time off the hands and out of play. VakifBank Istanbul have achieved a record 9 top 3 finishes in the Champions League. And when you talk about heavy weights in women's volleyball, VakifBank and Amoko, Navarra, they're all on the tip of your tongue. But the first set point from Hack into the net this time. And the local fans certainly making their support felt here, as VakifBank had such a dream run through the middle section of this set, but Rzeszów have certainly started to fight back in this huge play. There's a touch off the block somewhere, chance to counter once more. There's a lot of work to be done. What a block from VakifBank Istanbul. Shelbarge Hackley, this American double trouble on the wings this time. And it's VakifBank Istanbul that have won the opening set, 25 points to 13. Sensational stuff from them. Rzeszów, well, they've only lost 1 match in the Champions League so far this season. They have the class, but they need the consistency in set number 2. Well, there's a picture for you. Guidetti looking in some pain. Let's hope he's okay. But if there's one thing not causing Guidetti too much pain at this moment in time, it's the performance of VakifBank. Faultless in their pursuit of another Champions League victory. Let's see what set number 2 provides for us in just a moment. Well, we're speaking about the height difference at the start of this game, but 7 blocks so far for VakifBank Istanbul is a stat that really jumps off the screen to me after that opening set. And also more efficient at the net for VakifBank Istanbul. They've won the Turkish Women's League 12 times, including 3 of the last 4. And this journey for RZESZÓW on the other side of things is also quite exciting as we have a little look over Poland this evening. There's a confirmation of the opening set. It was a quick one, did not take very long at all. Set 2 might be slightly different though. No farewell what this team are capable of in this competition. But this is certainly the toughest task for RZESZÓW in this competition so far. They find themselves 1-0 down, but they've had wins against Dresden from Germany. They've won away in the Ukraine earlier on in the competition, but a win 3-2 here against Lokomotiv Kaliningrad from Russia, 16-14 in the tie-break set, was very much the competition-defining win for them so far and certainly set them up to win that group, although they did lose to Kaliningrad 3-0 away. The strength and depth of VakifBank's team. Strength everywhere they go. Well, for VakifBank, they were in Pool B and they're undefeated against strong side Monza, you will see again in this competition. Mulhouse and LP Salo as well. And they've really just looked so solid and consistent throughout this whole campaign, only dropping 2 sets, 1 in each tie to Monza, Bagievich. is off to a good start here. Sets a little bit more off the net, which is going to make it easier to hit around the block. Magdalena Jurczyk. Oh, and there's a block for RZESZÓW. And that was the statistic that wasn't quite going the way for them, but gets across very, very nicely. Good hands in the block as well. And Anna Stenzel really getting away into the game this time. It's a good run this from RZESZÓW. It's exactly how they would have wanted to start this second set, maybe catching VakifBank a little bit cold as well. Stenzel in the middle. Already one of the best middle blockers coming into this game. Serve down the line to position 1, finding the middle. That's an outstanding play from Kansu. Through the centre, finding Güneş. Difficult to set that ball from position 1 to the centre, that's for certain, especially when the ball is passed from position 1. Middle blockers nowhere to be seen. Güneş flourishing. Serve to the front court, receiver inside to try and take Blagijevic out of the offense. Is exactly what happens, but smart play to the right side. Bonario starting to get herself more involved in this game as well, and smiling alongside it. Insistent, almost rocked back there. Gabby in the pass, but wrestles the ball in, and Hack will do the rest. I mean, that's the beauty of having Hack on the right side, is the amount of just first phase side outs she can provide the team. Sztyklowska knows it's a difficult task to dig that one. Slightly off net blocks in the game. As soon as the set's tight here, the block is fierce from VakifBank. A little bit further off, Barch Hackley makes good decisions, makes those decisions look very, very easy. Again, going with the softer roll shot, but looking for the hands and just making the best of a non-perfect situation. Michelle Barch Hackley. Barch Hackley has been some player for some time. Best outside hitter at the Olympic Games and best receiver as well. And alongside the likes of Jordan Larson, such a key component for that USA team. Antigua will know that VakifBank have been good so far, but we'll also be aware that his team haven't quite fired as we've seen them previously this season either. Out of system once more, big hands in the block, but it's a great swing from Bayema to stay high and go off the hands as opposed to try and beat them steep. Best outside hitter in the Pac-12 conference in 2019-2020, the outsider. And it'll be a big evening for her playing against the likes of Barch Hackley and Ogbogu. Aces now for the home team. Stenzel, we knew would be a threat this evening behind the service line. Now it's the blocking, and everything is coming together for RZESZÓW. Absolutely everything. 2 on the outside. It's a strong, strong left hand in the block. Vanerska. Well, coming in here, Stenzel has, as we said earlier on, one of only 2 players to have 10 aces or more in this competition. Gets beaten defensively there all the same, but can be happy with the impact she had behind the baseline. RZESZÓW by 2 here. It's already looking much better for RZESZÓW in set 2. The side out percentages are there. Bayema is now scored 2 on that left hand side, 1 off the hands, and this time a different situation, different decision, looking to go sharper. Fascinating stuff here as VakifBank are slightly under the pumps. They go to Isabel Hack, who again stays side out, puts the ball on the floor, but the referee's given this one out, and in theory we might just have a challenge from Giovanni Guidetti. You have to say, it's intriguing. This is a different RZESZÓW's team here in the second set. Ball. Well, but by twist. VakifBank feeling a little bit of pressure so far in this second. And they've only lost 2 sets so far. Kara Bayema now looking like someone to really keep an eye on. 96 points coming into this game for the outside. Just given the ball, it has to go back to her because it's out of system, but 2 touches in a row that just add the pressure, and that's so smooth through the center. Really is delightful play from, you know, she does a good job of just shaping up the hit 5 to drag it back to position 1, shows the middle blocker one thing and maneuvers it away from the block. Back on the front court receiver, trying to put as much pressure on Bayema as possible. You'd think that Guidetti's done the homework here to keep firing the serves high on the outside, and if that first pass is under pressure, the ball will have to go back to the wing, back to Bayema, and then they can set up their... Middle takes it this time on Aria. That's exactly the play you'd think that they wanted to run here through Venerska, trying to release on Ario, but again, the service tactics of VakifBank is making it very difficult for the Polish side to use their opposite. As he threw the middle again to Gunesh. They're using the middle a lot early on here for VakifBank, and that will be just with one thing in mind, to release the other spikers with less blockers. And that's exactly what happens here when they do go to the wing. Gabby is one-on-one, and when Gabby's one-on-one, you have to really watch out. VakifBank, all of a sudden, have got their way back to 1. It's a service pressure. It's now a change of location to serve, and that's worked out. Honorio back into the game. This time a little bit more congested, but the high swing off the hands of Gunesh is a smart swing from there. And as soon as VakifBank are passing this well, it looks as if it's going to be another tough time throughout this game for RZESZÓW, because the pass is in. The middle blocker watching through the net for just about everything, but commits with the middle because Gunesh has been set so much here this evening already. But in turn, back through the middle, and a stencil. Well, stencil was multiple times this season such a strong threat. I'm talking of strong threats. But Bogu through the center this time. 188 centimeters, but jumps out of the gym. Couple of changes here for VakifBank. As Miriam Bosch comes into the fray here, with Buket Gulubay also coming in, the young setter, 22 years old, serving. Second stint at VakifBank was at System Yazilurts for 2 seasons. Was the best server in the Challenge Cup just last year for her former side. See why she's been brought on to serve here, but also to set for the 3 rotations. So Guidetti can keep 3 hitters on the front court at all times. Point goes to RZESZÓW all the same, and this is becoming quite enjoyable as Vinaska goes through the pipe this time. Great turn, wasn't it, to position 5. VakifBank back to 1. Babash Hackley, who was at Beijing before Beijing, Navarra. Also played for Cristo Azizio as well in Italy, but they're growing here. RZESZÓW. Stencil back to serve. This is a huge rotation for VakifBank because we've seen Stencil's serving has been encouraging. Oh, but Bogu has just saved VakifBank here. And they'll know deep down how crucial this was. Sharp to position, well, 5 I was going to say, but more like position 4 with how steep that was hit. To get Stencil off of the baseline is one thing, but unfortunately for Bogu, she misses her serve. Stencil may be back to serve once more in this set though, there is time. Vinaska, the setter, serving Gabby to the inside, trying to affect her approach, and it certainly does enough to draw the error from Gabby. Interesting. We haven't seen Gabby do much wrong as of yet, but Vinaska, smart serving to the inside, just makes her work on the approach to find her rhythm. This time back to the middle, and it's squeezed through by Ganesh. And the change is just reversed as Isabel Hack comes back in. So just for this rotation, doesn't look like they have a setter for VakifBank Istanbul, but it doesn't matter as Bosch's serve goes out the back, and that will be all we see for the time being for Bosch as Kansu is brought back in for those backcourt rotations. Big from Hack. Back to the line. I have to say, it's very rare that Hack even gets dug. It's a good position from the libero, Stiglovska. She's not sat too far to the sideline. She's really just sat inside for that drawing arm swing of the spiker. The errors now from Blagijevic is frustrating her, but also not too costly. Has played for Bergamo through 2012 to 2015. Blagijevic is now trying to squeeze something from nothing, but Kansu is there. Ganesh has to set this one. Hack is dug this time. Stiglovska, good setting from the libero, and that's tipped back sharp. There might be a challenge here. Stiglovska is sure that that ball was in. Let's have another look. Oh, maybe she was looking for a touch. Is there a touch off the block? This time Honorio has the last laugh, and RZESZÓW still in a good position here. Touch off the defender. Back in system, and Hack makes no mistake. Ball just drawing beautifully through the body. Stenzel does her best to get out, but she's beaten back across the body from the opposite. There is Gunesh, who was the best blocker at the 2021 Olympics, or Tokyo 2020. Blagojevic is just having a slight discussion here in system. Bayama is the target once more. It's a good decision to turn it back off the middle blocker. He's got the longer distance to travel there, so for Bogu having to travel quickly and press with the hands, it's more likely she's going to be off balance and not pressing. Hack is just sensational in every way, shape and form. How you stop the Swedish opposite. Mario is not in a bad position there, but it's too steep, too powerful. Really. Good reply though from Stenzel. Again, moving the middle blocker, snapping it back on the slide attack, and that's why the middle will go that way, just to pull the middle blocker, keep the split on either side. Off the net. This is a huge point for RZESZÓW. This is a chance to go up by 2, and it's off the hands and out of play. And look at the reaction. Guidetti now calling a timeout. Gabby passes the ball quick. Kansu does her absolute best to put that ball up, but in turn it's a free ball, and RZESZÓW now have the chance to take a set against VakifBank Istanbul, and that would be a very, very big step in the right direction. They got themselves into some great positions to move the blockers around. VakifBank have a lot of experience on and off the court. Still a big job to be done here for RZESZÓW. This is certainly not done and dusted. Archakli in system, tips over the top, is very well seen. It's a free ball for VakifBank. Surely this time it's got to go. And it has gone through Archakli once more. Free ball, fast play to the pin. And as soon as you give this team a free ball, it's going to be problematic. Hack puts the ball in, Archakli puts the ball away. Back to one, Archakli serving the front court receiver, ace. And again, it's knowing what to do in each rotation. We've seen Caravan Bayema served in this rotation every single time to the inside hands. VakifBank are looking to smash and grab here. Bayema puts the ball in system. Great dig from Archakli playing 6. Another great dig from Archakli playing 6 to Isabel Hack, who's dug as well. Stiglovska with outrageous dig, but then the block is in the game. And this is why VakifBank Istanbul are at the very top of the game. A 3-point swing when they need it the most. Hack has been delivered a great set by the middle. Bogu just plants it up, and after making the set, look at the press, fast hands, taking absolutely everything.
Let's go, girl, let's go!
Giga trying everything he can to rally the troops here. They've done so well to put the Turkish side under all sorts of pressure.
VakifBank ISTANBUL, piłka setowa dla Turczynek.
Set point for VakifBank. Saved. Clutch. From Bayema on the outside. Through the seam she goes. Great swing from the American outside. Perfect timing for RZESZÓW's best server of this Champions League campaign. Stencil with the serve, and well, we talk about clutch plays, that's just as clutch for Gabi Kansu. Is saying that ball is in. There you have it. I mean, the defender is up behind the block trying to protect the tip, and that means that there's a lot of space to position one. We have a challenge all the same. Well, look at that. Absolutely perfect from Gabi. Change from Guidetti. Brings on Tugba Senoglu. We know all about Senoglu, international experience, and there's a change also as Jurczyk comes off for Gabriela Polanska. A middle for a middle. Was the best middle blocker in the Polish Cup in 2018. Second set point for VakifBank. They've made the first stop, and second time of asking for what it means to come off the bench for Polanska. 2 meters, 2 centimeters, but how about that? Comes off the bench, makes a play for her team, and then gets substituted straight off. Bogu comes straight back in for Noglu as well. Good serve short. Kansu goes to the wing once more. What a plug. That one is a chance to turn the tide here. A second chance to turn the tide to the wing. The dig is absolutely sensational. Gabi goes high off the hands. The level here, fascinating. But it's VakifBank who keep their noses in front. Third set point for VakifBank. And that is maybe the swing of the set for Bayema. A sharp angle across the face of the court. You could have 5 blockers. Nobody's getting their hands on that one. Too good. Tied at 26 all. Reactions from A catches again. Strong. Hack puts the point to bed. RZESZÓW are really fighting hard. Remember, they had a 3-point lead here earlier on in this set. They're actually 23-21 up, but make that set point number 4 for VakifBank. Saved again. Clutch on the wing this time from Lagievich. Best outside hitter in the league, Lagievich. Last year. Oh, and there's a lift called against Kansu, who's not happy with that one, but the first referee suggesting there was an upward motion. Ball's in the palm of the hand. And the tables have just turned here in Rzeszów. They fought so hard, so hard, Rzeszów,
We cannot leave one
to give themselves the opportunity.
We're not number 7, make point 27, 26 with the tip. Hide, go soon and open the game. Devan. Okay.
Well, Guidetti's expecting the tip. On the wing. He wants to open this game up. To Guidetti, that would mean open up all the options on the court. Perfect passes, phenomenal. There's an even better dig defensively from Rzeszów. They're going to have an opportunity here, and Barch Hackley goes wide of the mark, and Rzeszów have got themselves back to one set all here. They have dug very deep, and it's Olympic gold medalist Barch Hackley who misses by an inch or two. Rzeszów at home have got this back to one set. All VakifBank Istanbul have a bit of work to do. They had 3 or 4 set points of their own. Instead, it's Developres RZESZÓW that equal up this tie to 1 set all. Well, fun times here in Rzeszów, because VakifBank Istanbul, many people's favourites to get this done and dusted. Remember, 23 wins and 4 losses are their record. Last year, they defeated Shemek Police at this very stage. 2 3-0 wins. It's just the 3rd set that VakifBank Istanbul have lost in this Champions League with those 2 to Monza. So it'll be interesting to see how they bounce back here. But if you're Stefan Antiga, the head coach of Rzeszów, it's just another step in a very good direction. Top of the league, looking to win the Polish league for the first time. They're now 1-1 with a powerhouse of the sport, testing themselves at the very top level. The winner of this quarter-final tie, played over 2 legs, will play Fenerbahce in the semis. That will not be an easy game. Fenerbahce have already beaten VakifBank in the Turkish league this year as well. Well underway with more good serving from RZESZÓW here in set number 3. Interesting to see if there's any changes. Hack keeps her place at opposite, which is absolutely no surprise. And that's as good as you're going to get on the right side. Bash Hackley, Gabby on the wings. Gunesh in the middle. But there is a change in the setting position, as there's problems straight away for Buket Gulabay, who's just come in for Kansu Ozbey. Also called for a handling fault setting, but not so happy. Might just take her a while to ease into this situation at the moment. That time it's a little bit low for Barch Hackley. Barch Hackley fires wide. RZESZÓW and their fans are starting to make more noise here. Fascinating battle. Well, Magdalena Jurczyk leaves for the time being to be replaced by the defensive specialist. Has been a defensive specialist as well, Alexandra Stiklovska. And Ario is so quiet through the opening set. Didn't get much service either, but that's delightfully done from Venerska. Gives the ball good height for Ario to get her feet inside the ball and really unleash. Hack goes off speed because, again, the set's a little bit off, but does a good job of keeping the ball in play and applying a little bit of pressure. You can just see the ball's a little bit low and a little bit inside. Had to go cross court, and they saw it. Bayema unfortunately touches the ball and then flies out of play. Hack, who signed from Skandici in 2017, and it was big news, really. Sorry, 2019. Played for Skandici from 2017, but being one that the whole volleyballing world has kept an eye on for some time. Once again, the libero served. Good from Stencil in the middle, but props to a catch the libero, who manages to stay so stable and solid and create really good platforms to the target, the libero. It's a almost empty swap from Barch Hackley. High hands. What a set from Barch Hackley. One arm stab to the wing, and Gabby fires wide, and it was faultless from Gabby in the first set, but a couple of errors have certainly creeped in from her. And the Polish fans make noise wherever they go, and that certainly is going to make it slightly tougher for VakifBank here. Bogu. Strong passing from Gabby, and the width of the set is perfect. The connection between Buket and Ogbogu, sublime there. Serve onto the front court receiver. Away from the left to right, the play is drifting 9 meters across the face of the net, and in turn it makes it difficult for the blockers to track the play, and Honorio is back in business, scoring on the right side. They're really finding their way here, and with that, VakifBank are just a little bit under pressure with their first pass, and in turn it has a snowball effect into the rest of their game at the moment. Hack is shut down, chance for a big hammer off the net as Catch comes in and makes a good play, but Isabel Hack is starting to see more and more ball, and that's because she's their go-to when they need points quickly. Free ball, one-on-one, drifting or trying to take the line super late. Bouquet into net this time. Guidetti is now deep in thought, isn't he? Hack is serviced again, but this time Doug. Gabby, good work off the ball to work for her approach line. Look, with that, going from inside out, but good speed, gets her some space to work with between the two blockers. Fascinating now. Again, Hack. Getting a lot of ball from Bouquet Gulabay here. Gulabay was part of the Champions League winning team in 2017-18. This is a big stage for Isabel Hack, trying to bring some noise and atmosphere to this performance at the moment, which certainly isn't flat from VakifBank, but they'll be wanting to bounce back in this set. They certainly won't want to find themselves 2-1 down away in Poland, because it'll be a long way back even for the four-time winners of this competition. Barch Hackley, Doug, phenomenal work, and then almost a windmill on the outside from Lagievich. This time Honorio tries to find a way through, but the first two touches are a little bit leaky, and in turn there's a lot of pressure on the Brazilian's head. I mean, Honorio has been successful wherever she's gone, was the MVP of the Polish Super Cup, being the best server in the Superliga. Certainly comes with big accolades to Poland. Played for 11 clubs overall. Hack, what a touch. This is a different Rzeszów team than what we saw in set one. They're flamboyant, putting themselves on the deck for each other. It's just on another level from Vanerska. There's a touch off the hands of Barch Hackley. Again, another big rib from Lagievich. There's a bump set, so the game is slower. It gives the blocker more time to get across and double stack, so the decision has to be different from the spiker, who goes away from the body this time and manages to evade the two blockers who got across to combine. Barch Hackley, it's too tight from the pass. The set is drifting off. Barch Hackley is in rhythm. The set's out of rhythm, therefore just here Barch Hackley looks as if she's in too early, but the pass was too tight, the set was too far off. And again from VakifBank, this is pretty problematic for them now. Stencil will feed off that all evening long. again to the sideline because that's going to evade the traffic. VakifBank under the kosh once more. Gabi. Barch Hackley is scooped from Lagievich, and you can't have 4 touches. Well, well, well. If you were watching in the opening set, it looked like VakifBank were flying and RZESZÓW were hiding to nothing, but it's a funny old game, this. RZESZÓW are making VakifBank work for this victory, as we knew they were going to. Everything before the game said this was going to be a great game of team in superb form, but the way that VakifBank started was just ferocious. Two big bits of play from Stiglovska, and the libero is having a fine game for RZESZÓW. That's absolutely for sure off the hands of Buket, who's been under some pressure since coming off the bench. They're tied at 12 now. Hack to the line, and this is the most difficult swing for Hack here because the ball's traveling a long way. It has to get across her right shoulder so she can change direction of the ball. Makes it look easy, and that's why she looks straight to the setter, because to hit that ball, the set has to be perfect. Has to get right the way across her. Barch Hackley. But they're stepping up in every single area at the moment. Emma just stays high, knows where the probability of scoring is off the hands of the setter. And that's backed up with a huge, huge block, Vaneska. Gabi struggled a little bit with the pass. It's actually the middle that gets across with Vaneska. Magdalena Jurczyk has been in great form, and Stencil leaves for the time being. And it's interesting to see that this is the beauty of a good team, that VakifBank haven't quite been at their best, but they're still level. Lagievich, the target. Their passing has certainly improved from the start of this game. Gabi back on point. Off the hands of Vaneska. You can hear Guidetti barking the orders down there. Well, so far, 42 winning spikes for VakifBank to 32 from RZESZÓW. 8 kill blocks to 4, and this is probably where RZESZÓW have improved throughout sets 2 and 3. There were 7 kill blocks from VakifBank in the opening sets. They've only had 1 since then. Better decision making, and also it comes down to better passing for them. They've passed with a better tempo to better positions, and because of that they've managed to run the block around a little bit more and find the gaps in between. 15 errors from VakifBank, costly. RZESZÓW have only made 10. Well, big challenge from Stefan Antiga. And the crowd think that was kept alive. The challenge referee, on the other hand, says there was a floor touch. Antiga, absolutely. And he's not happy, is he? Toys are being thrown out of the pram here. Stiglovska's getting involved, Lagievich, and also the full house here of Polish fans. I mean, the camera angle wasn't overly comprehensive, because you'd guess what the officials are saying is that it was the right side of the ball that touched the floor. Unfortunately, you could only see the left side of the ball and the connection with the hand. And there's a yellow card for the reaction of Lagievich as well. She's going to have to be careful here, because she's still kicking off. She's going to also have to make sure she stays focused and doesn't take that booking too personally. You might think she could be receiving this next serve. Exactly what happens, but maybe the situation just fires up RZESZÓW a little bit more. They're 2 behind here against VakifBank, and they've worked so hard. And that one's long as well, Honorio. There's a free ball, big opportunity, steamrolling through, and it luckily misses Bonnie, but Honorio. Well, it's funny how the game changes. VakifBank now 3 in front. Well, the second time this evening that the timeout has stopped the flow of Bogu. Who's the best blocker in this competition last year, was the best middle blocker also in Poland when she played here in 2019. Been successful wherever she's gone. Good side out from VakifBank. 2 missed serves that find the net in quick succession. Guidetti. Not a happy bunny. Serve to position 1's a good one. Has to go to Hack, and the good news about having somebody like Hack in your armory is the fact that when you do pass astray and when you have only got one option, the good news is if you do have Hack, there's a good chance he can score off the high ball. So many players who are smaller than Hack can only play when the ball's a little bit faster. Can open up the avenues around the block. 3 serves into the net in a row from VakifBank may just cost them. Luckily at the moment for them, they're siding out, but that might not be forever, and that's why Guidetti is not so happy. Jurczyk is ready to put a bit of pressure on VakifBank. Gabby's got a lot of the ball, hasn't she? They've gone right after the Brazilian. Buket, the setter, makes a good dig, and Hack again. This time hits cross-body, back across the face of the court. It's a lovely high swing. And again, being as tall as Hack and as physical means that you have the height to go over the blockers, but the higher you are, the more angles you have to attack on the court as well. Stencil. Sides out, and at least for VakifBank, that's one that does go over the net from the service line. Does put RZESZÓW completely in system mode. Now to sync. This is the chance that RZESZÓW have wanted to try and make a break. Kosmik's a fantastic player as a libero. Hack is getting the ball again, but so good from Stiklovska. But offensively, Bagievich, RZESZÓW, a stop. There was a huge opportunity for them, it really was. Bogi gets across and seals and drops the hands inside. And then the service comes from VakifBank. And it's Hack who's just been a thorn in the side of RZESZÓW here. Timeout's coming pretty quickly here for Antigua and RZESZÓW. Stiklovska almost into the advertising boards. 4-point game. VakifBank have got themselves back into the driving seat of this one. VakifBank have found their service pressure through Isabel Hack. Stencil. On the slide attack, off the hands of the block. It's a good play. That ball's always drifting to the right. It means the ball's always open. Bogi. Plucked by Stiklovska. Bogi again, this time off the hands. It comes back outside, but out of play. Cool, calm and collective from VakifBank. This time, Bouquet puts the ball into the perfect spot, pinching into the middle. Venerska, the setter, trying to help with the middle blocker to cut off some more angles, and it completely worked, but just drifting in the block means that it's not quite pressed. High and wide. Chases on for Hack. Butch Hackley has to step in here. Gabby with no block. It's good from Bruna Honario. It's just as good from the libero from VakifBank, and back to the wings. Gabby's firing on all cylinders. Everything's working as Guidetti would currently like. A catches work as a libero there. Absolutely exemplary. And it's Butch Hackley serving. And there you have it. VakifBank, who had 3 or 4 set points in set 2 and couldn't take them, take their first one in set number 3. VakifBank, the 4 times champions of the Champions League, look like they've gone 2-1 up here, but there's a challenge in progress all the same from Stefan Antigua. So ever since, well, there you go, there is a challenge. The ball was out. You just feel that ever since that decision where RZESZÓW thought it went against them, everything did go against them from that moment. VakifBank Istanbul take set 3 fairly comfortably in the end, but it certainly wasn't all their own way. It was 14-all halfway through the set. VakifBank from Istanbul the 2 sets to 1. Interesting, intriguing. Who knows which way this next set will go. It's going to be crucial for both teams, but RZESZÓW has certainly shown again its ability to mix it with the big guns of European volleyball. That big win against Kaliningrad in the group stage here at home was a big moment for them as a club. They've taken a set against VakifBank, showing that they can certainly mix it with the best team in Europe, or one of the best teams in Europe, the very elite of the sport. But they find themselves 2-1 down. And they have got the class, but it's the consistency that they're going to push for here. As for VakifBank, start with the same side. Isabel Hack has been absolutely colossal throughout this whole game. Gives VakifBank an option in every situation. And so far, 5 aces for VakifBank, 9 kill blocks. 2 of the main differences between the two teams: they've been more efficient at the net, 48 spikes to 34. As VakifBank keep with their second choice setter for this game, Buked. As we're underway for set number 4 of this Champions League encounter here from RZESZÓW. Quick ball, put it outside, good cover. There's an army of RZESZÓW players around Bayema, whose second time of asking puts the ball to the floor. You can see the coaching staff, Guidetti, absolutely flying, because decision's been given against them at the net. It's again another call that's been given as a lift against the setter. Guidetti not so happy about that. He felt that it was... Let's have a listen. Gabby almost says, we're not going to get away with that one, boss. Guidetti hasn't been penalised, but Kai's still having a crack, isn't he? Asking the officials to keep watching the game here. pass was slightly tight to the net from VakifBank, and that always puts the pressure on, but well, it's a backcourt setter, and that's also the problem there. The setter's not allowed to play the ball over from the backcourt, but the blocker was also very much in the face of Bouquet there, so there's a few causes for concern. Anyway, Gabby's back behind the baseline, VakifBank are back on the scoreboard, and Bayema has been targeted, and there's two blockers up there. They're working tactically nicely, trying to keep the ball to the left-hand side of the court. The blocker back in, 3 up in the block. Now there's 2 up against Isabel Hack, but Stiglovska is there once more. Free ball from Bayema. And that's a bit underneath the ball from Gunesh, but she gets away with it, as that facial expression shows us. Off the hands on the way through, just hits off the body. Celebrating everything for VakifBank as they're back level. Guidetti still feeling the adrenaline from the first points of this set 4 through the hands, this time from Bonario. Barcz-Hackley just drifting in the block, so she loses that presence and the press at the net. Must have to be even quicker with the hands pressing when you're off balance. Hack stopped. RZESZÓW are asking some serious questions here. It's good cover from Bouquet on the right side, but the second touch is too tight from Barcz-Hackley. And RZESZÓW consistent and solid in the blocking phase of the game. Great hands from the American Bayema. Hack's been stopped. Stiglovska. My days, VakifBank are back under the kosh here. Good hands. This time from Gunesh, but this is very reminiscent of what we saw in set 2, that RZESZÓW just are very organized under Antigua. They take up good positions defensively, they serve well. Because of that, VakifBank are being asked some questions, but then they're asking a few back. Bayema out of system, has to go back to the outside. There's nowhere else they can go with the ball that far off the net. Another opportunity. 2 blockers again, the American double act, but it's 2 or 3 times that the ball's been overset already from VakifBank. This time they get away with it. Gunesh. Serve to position 1, forces the hand of the setter to the outside. To the outside. Bayema once more. Looking very solid out there. Good serving once more. Phenomenal blocking. This is a performance that's really coming together for RZESZÓW here. Blocking position 1 is a smart move from Jurček in that situation. With the ball coming in from position 1, always difficult to play back to 5 from that. Tip's been seen. RZESZÓW are playing absolutely incredible at the moment, and it's starting to bring some errors from VakifBank. Bogu, great hands in the block, but she's chasing to get back in. She does a job to put something up at the net, though, from the right side. Isabel Hack sat perfectly on that crossbody swing that they've been so good at, VakifBank and Isabel Hack, but now VakifBank have to play some of their best football. just to keep the scoreboard ticking. They're organised here, RZESZÓW, and they're putting themselves to the floor every single situation that they have to. Gabby, full stretch with the knuckle because the ball's so tight. A serve from Hack. Hack from the right side again, in exactly the same situation. They've really lined up well here. Honorio puts the ball away, but Venerska, the setter, is just sat in the perfect line of Hack's swing here 2 times in a row. And it's one thing to be in the right spot, but it's another thing to be able to be composed enough to make that big. Honorio scoring freely. VakifBank really under the cosh here. Kansu back in for Bouquet. This has to go to Hack. It's an unbelievable swing. Absolutely on another planet from Hack. The ball's behind it. It's been set from 9 meters, but it's a crushing blow. Gabby puts the ball into a perfect spot. And also, you have to remember that Hack's on the backcourt there. She has to jump behind the white line. There's a lot happening. It just... Well, bump once more out of system. Has to go to the wing. High off the hands from Gabby. A couple of spiking errors in the previous set. Uncharacteristic of one of the most steady outsides in world volleyball. And she's animated, she's up for it, that's for sure. Good game so far from Bogu, but VakifBank have a lot of work to do. Gabby with the thumbs up to admit the touch. Big cross line. And again, where Hack has been solid on the right side, VakifBank are spending a little bit too much time out of system from the first pass at the moment, and which is forcing the hand of Kansu to have to go to the wing this time. Serving for VakifBank. Speed. The ball's caught low inside, and Gunesh takes away the cross-court angle from Stencil. Stencil's had a good game this evening. It's Gabby and Gunesh teaming up into the angles, but as soon as the ball is low and inside, there's only one way that ball's going. Scooped in, high and wide, 2 up in the block from VakifBank, and his frustration by Emma has been good off the hands all evening long, and you just feel that's the swing that she's going for in that situation. And VakifBank, who were trailing, are now back in contention. And it's passing woes for the opposition. 2 great touches, what a recovery, but to no avail. service. It goes out the back from Stenzel. Coming into this game, obviously, is one of only 2 players in the Champions League to serve aces in double figures. Every time Stenzel is removed from the service line, it's a good thing for VakifBank. It's another tip. The tips are working nicely for RZESZÓW. That's for certain. This one is close to the net, and that's when tipping and looking off the hands are a very, very key component of this game, and it's a good change of direction. Kansu's been battered, and that's a real smart play to tool the outside hand from Bayema. It really is. No other options, no power options to the angle. And VakifBank trail by 2 once again. It's another overpass here, nothing for Guidetti to complain about on that occasion. Tight plays, but Hacker's absolutely colossal, as we've said before. On the high ball, she's got every option she needs, but then this one's quick inside and she can beat the block at the speed and hit the seams. Again, if you're a defender and you're trying to cover those areas, you've got to watch out. And Hack's back involved in the game again. Looks like she's just pinching in and helping there. That's exactly what she's doing. She leaves Bayema alone, she reads the play, and she gets stuck into the middle blocking work. 13-all. Chance for VakifBank to retake the lead here. The speed from Gabby is sensational, but the read from Bayema is insane as well. Takes a bit of a gamble here and just gets her hands covering position 5. And it's a huge play, it really is, to pinch in. And this is 2 in a row. Oh my word. Kansu is flooding the middle here, which is going to work for her in the long term to go to the wings and get one-on-one situations. But for the time being, well, there is no middle this time. They're going to try and release Hack as this game goes on and try and get her into some advantageous situations of her own. Baj Hackley, 3 blocks in a row. I mean, this is coming from a team that were being well outblocked in the early stages by VakifBank.
Can we talk the ball that we want to attack? Because we are too many time out of tempo. If Jansu is on the floor, I cannot go for quick. I will wait. If I go for quick ball, I don't play the ball of Gabi. Texa is already 4 times, it's not work. We have to change. They start inside. We have to open.
Well, Guidetti going full out there, talking about difference in timings, and oh dear. This just shows how good RZESZÓW and how far they've come in this period of time, only founded in 2012. That they're taking Europe's elite to the brink here, and it would be very, very surprising to see anything less than a 5th set at the moment. But what we know and what we will know is the class of VakifBank can pull them out of these situations, and already that's what we're seeing there. Baj Hackley, good line in the block, watching everything. The eyes are on the spiker. At the same time, what a game this has been. Now 2 blocks in a row for VakifBank, but the reverse pipe, and there's an error, and It's one thing that's they're going to have to be careful of because they've made their fair share of errors. Okay. 12 kill blocks now for VakifBank for RZESZOW's 6, 5 aces for VakifBank, but more errors from the Turkish side. 19 errors to 14 is where the stats have sort of come back in the favour of the Polish side. Blagojevic firing in on a quick tempo, and it's a tip and a change of direction very, very late, which causes issues with the block line of Kansu. Very difficult to line up on the block and then have to adapt to a ball. Change his direction. Gonna have to be strong with that outside hand and really press, but there's another good play from VakifBank. They're back to 2. And the one thing you know, and one thing we already saw in set number 2 is they can be 2 or 3 points down. That's absolutely fine. By Barch Hackley from the service line, they can always make up points. Serve to the center. This is a very good set to find the middle from there from Vanerska. Stiklovska comes in and flamboyantly flips the back set to the wing, and that's charged up. Is there a touch on the way through? Gabby with a slight windmill to the line, showing a little cross, playing back to the line and getting a touch on the way through. Big out-of-system rip from Gabby, because the turn angles from that out-of-system play is not easy. Coming in with the body facing cross-court, turning the line from a ball that's being set from 7 or 8 meters off the net, technically tough, but we're talking about Gabby here. Barch Hackley serving for VakifBank and serving them back into this game. Front court receiver back to the outside. They know where it's going here. But again, Blagojevic is smart offensively, not hitting so many balls at the moment, but just using all this experience to go over the top of the setter. And they know that if they can put Hack to floor, then it's going to be a problem for VakifBank. Still a 2-point game. Kansu on 2 this time. Just has to throw the left hand at this tight set. And again, finds a gap between Stencil and Blagojevic. Big moments in this game. VakifBank do not want this to go to 5. RZESZÓW would be, again, spirited to go to a 5th set, and then it's anybody's game there. Again to the outside, again they go over Kansu. You can see their clear line of attack here. Very good positions from Blagojevic. The Serbian does a lot of DIY there for her team to keep the 2-point lead. Now has to step up from behind the baseline. Passing's perfect. Gunesh does a good job of getting around the setter, showing herself, and then just trying to change direction of the ball with speed. Again, interesting now with Kansu on the backcourt, brings Hack onto the front court at the key moments of this game. Hack's going to see a lot of ball, you'd think, in this final stage of set number 4, but it's Gabby where the ball goes first time and catches everybody maybe a little bit by surprise. Gabby's coming in hot here. VakifBank are back all square. Have to work hard. Hansu into the net this time. We saw this from VakifBank earlier on with serves falling away into the net at key times and giving away key opportunities. Guidetti again will be disappointed with the amount of errors from Vakif today, that's for sure. But they have got their way back into this game. Gabby stays high but goes out the back, but the line judge gives it out. The first referee says there's a touch off the hands on the way through. Fascinating game here. There's the touch off the block of Venerska, and they keep picking over the top of the setter as well with Gabby, and they still have Hack on the front court as well. But Bayema has been clutch this evening through periods as well. And you can see how this team are being so successful domestically and how they're making waves in the Champions League. Venerska serving here, the setter. One up. Hack. Dug again. She's been dug a lot of times in this set, Isabel Hack, but look at the finish and the block. It's absolutely class. Oh, hang on. Antigua is sure they've made the big hit. Well, Guidetti's already lost the plot. But I'm going to have a look anyway. Huge moments in this game for Antigua because he knows his team. He said it before the game, underdogs. And the challenge now in progress because this could be set defining. And it is a let. They did keep the ball alive. You can see my mistake is the call from the referee, which is absolutely fine. It's exactly why we have the challenge system. Score changes back to a 1-point lead for Soviet. Venerska is going to have another crack at this one. And VakifBank are back in system. Hack puts the ball away. Well, there you have it. Makes it look very easy, and we are back to 22 all. Again, that quick inside set, just making the block a chaser. Gunesh. Miriam Boz is coming back on. A lot of experience in the career of Miriam Boz. Good connection with Guidetti, was very much the leading opposite when Guidetti came into the fray in Turkey, and Isabel Hack makes another block. This time there is no touch. The ball doesn't stay alive. And Hack, look at that for some closure in the hands. Absolutely brutal. Superb play. Timeout from Antigua. VakifBank will do it. It's certainly an interesting time of this one. Well, Boz has come off the bench, and they made one block from Miriam Boz's serve, but this one flies out the back. It'll be interesting to see if she stays on. The answer is no, but Gunesh comes back in. Guidetti knows that Boz has certainly done her job coming off the bench to provide a good serve down the line that led to a block. And now the pressure. Clara Bayema, the moments that all these players play for, especially for RZESZÓW to give themselves a chance here. And they have another chance. The ball is super tight. What a great dig that one is. It's Hack on the right side. He's going to get fed a lot now, but Ziglovska, fantastic from the libero. They're covering everything. The crowd are completely with them here. And it's a huge mega rally to the outside. Barch Hackley has to recycle because the ball's not in the right spot. Again, the ball's not quite in the right spot for Barch Hackley. Isabel Hack, again, just fading away, and they show their class. And it's not just the kill from Hack, it's the decision-making from Barch Hackley to know when she's not in the advantageous situation to recycle the ball. She takes on the middle blocker the first time. It was good blocking, to be fair, from Jurczyk. But Hack just uses the height to go off the middle player. He's had to travel a long distance. Well, match point for VakifBank. It's been some evening here in Poland, but there's a little bit more left. For the second time, we go to overtime. Hack again. Phenomenal. Hack, and that's just feeding the opposite every single time. The arm swings back and it's open and it accesses so many angles back across the body. Barch Hackley now. Second match point for VakifBank. Ball's in system. Off the hands. And this is exactly what we saw earlier on in set 2. That VakifBank had their opportunities, but they couldn't make the break. And in turn, RZESZÓW just don't know when they're beaten. The character in this team, absolutely superb. They're going over the top of the setter again, and there's the ace. What a play by Honorio. Big serve. And now they have set point to take us to a 5th. Well, timeout from Guidetti.
We go there. Hey, Support Sanai, what do you want? Support Sanai. Tamam? Hyperpentensico linea. This is not linear because it's free. This is linear. This is not linear. Alright,
Some blocking masterclasses. From Guidetti. Listen to the fans as RZESZÓW have set point. The speed from Gabi, the speed from VakifBank, too fast for the Polish blockers. A rip straight down the middle from Honorio. Good passing all the same from VakifBank. But wow, what a game we've had here. Again, it's the beauty of the Champions League. Bogu into the net this time, and how many times this evening have VakifBank served into the net? Far too many for Guidetti. Second set points for RZESZÓW. This time the ball is in from RZESZÓW, no mistake there, but Gabi again is just showing how clutch she is through these moments. Situation of speed, and Phuket has come in and put this ball an absolute plate for her. Going over the top of the setter, Vanerska as well. This time, Stiklovska tries to force the ball in. The block will be in the game here. Is there a touch off the block by Yema? I think so. The referee gives it. Set point number 3. Remember, VakifBank have had a couple of match points in this set as well. And again, when they're hitting high off the hands, off the fingertips, they're getting a lot more success here. Set point number 3 to send us to a 5th. And it looks like we are going to a fifth hit. My word, Antigua hugging the assistants, because RZESZÓW are going to places they have never gone before. It's Stencil with the perfect serve under pressure, deep to position 1, and all of a sudden RZESZÓW have sent us to a fifth. What a performance. VakifBank had match points. It's the same score in set 4 as it was in set 2. VakifBank had their opportunities in both sets to seal the deal, but they couldn't take it. Wow, this is exactly what we come to expect from these big games. The Champions League provides thrills and spills and drama week after week, but we have a 5-setter here, and it's VakifBank Istanbul, the 4-time winners of this competition, who have their back against the wall, and you can hear the rocky music sounding out because the local fans and the coaches, this is a proper rocky performance against one of the best teams in the world. RZESZÓW led by Stefan Antigua, the legendary French player and Polish coach from the 2014 Men's World Championships gold medal, have got their way into the mixer here. And they have a real chance . Well, of VakifBank's last 5 defeats in the Champions League, 4 came in 5 sets. Their last 3 losses were all 3-2. That's not a very good omen for them. It'll be interesting to see how this one pans out.
Zdecydowanie wygrywa drużyna VakifBanku. Drugi i czwarty Developres do 27. Trzeciego ponownie VakifBank Istanbul do 19. I mamy 2-2. Przed nami ostatni set dzisiejszego pojedynku decydującego starcia. Rozpoczyna go Kansu Özbek.
Well, Kansu Özbek serving to get us underway in set 5. This has been, as we just mentioned, a real rocky performance from RZESZÓW here already, and they're off back at it. The high swings from Bayema and from Blagojevic this evening have been tough because they know here, RZESZÓW, that the height advantage lies with VakifBank, so they have to swing high, they have to swing off the hands at times, and VakifBank with more power through Gappy, but the tip cover is good from position 1, Kansu. Now one's overplayed. Chance for Isabel Hack, who's been a thorn in the side of RZESZÓW all these, but RZESZÓW have played as a real team out there. Big play once more. Steep as you like from Hack. Coming in cross court. And to hit the angle back facing one way, and the more that you hit away from your shoulder line of being a spiker, the more difficult it is and the more stress it puts on the arm swing, and it's just superb play from Hack. But that's match, still the same from Bonario, and they're not allowing themselves to get carried away here. Big plays from both teams. First of all, Blagijevic just sat in the right spot on the edge of the block and making some dig. Good play all round, but block is for Gunesh. Off the net, fast play. Good hands from the setter to turn and play that in the path of Stencil. Gets the feet in the body facing the antenna, and the high tip is a good one, changing direction. And they know exactly the situation there. The Gunesh is the middle blocker, knowing to tip the ball around the middle blocker when the libero's off. The libero's back on now. The good news for VakifBank is that they're siding out with a little bit more ease. They're starting to find the middle, and with that, the pressure will start to go on, especially with service like that from VakifBank. Throughout this game, they have missed a fair few serves, and they've made a few too many errors by their standards. Hack is getting, again, so much ball hit. Again, big serving from Hack. That's two good jump serves in a row that at least puts a little bit of pressure on RZESZÓW. To the outside, tip has been well seen, and it's a change of blocking here. As Kansu tries to get back out to position 2 this time, goes with the tip, and it's well seen. Stencil was beaten last time by that from Kansu, not this time. They're now in the lion's den, VakifBank, against the Polish team, looking to make some history. But the first face side out has been more efficient from VakifBank in this fifth. Play off the hands of Stencil. Barchakli. Level is high. Bayema has been absolutely incredible for RZESZÓW tonight. You feel that on the outside they've improved as the game has gone on. Bayema, Blagijevic. Well, Stencil serving is a big super strength of RZESZÓW, and a missed one will hurt them, but Bogu serving now, who missed one into the net in the previous set, will be wanting to apply some pressure where she can, and the ball Goes in this time, it's scurried through, but it's a free ball. They've earned their free ball here, RZESZÓW, and there's 3 up in the block this time, but Kansu is targeted in the block every single time here from RZESZÓW. Off the outside hand. Nothing between the two teams. Vakif needing one to change, ends 2 up and they take it. Gabby off a little bit more of a combination play, fast inside. Let's have a look at a movement off the ball. Kansu plays it way inside and Gabby loses the block. Well, let's see how this one finishes, because it's been an absolute credit to the Champions League. And the storylines that only this competition can really write. It's an underdog story for RZESZÓW. Yes, they're winning the league in Poland, but the Turkish league and VakifBank have been bigger, they have been stronger for long periods of the game in world volleyball. Is there one last twist in this tale as VakifBank lead by 2? This serves Guidetti, you can tell, is about to blow a gasket with the amount of missed serves from his team this evening. There's been too many. Gabby sides out. They're looking for a throw here. No complaints for Gabby. There's a lot of complaints for Guidetti. And he's about to lose it, isn't he? That's the tip from Gabby, saying it's a bit more of a throw where the hand is behind the ball and throws the ball to the floor, but Guidetti needs to sit down and calm down here. He's not happy with that decision. I'm sure you'll have an opinion on it from home as well, but whatever happens, we're back at 8-all here. And Guidetti is now on the court with his team. It's absolutely incredible to watch Guidetti going absolutely mad. VakifBank back in front. Gabby trying to stay focused on the task in hand. And Guidetti is certainly getting his 10,000 steps in. Big setting. The play is wide of the mark, and you just feel that Antigua and RZESZÓW are going to try and call for every decision to go their way here at clutch time. Wow. What happened here? Play was out all the same, so the point goes RZESZÓW's way. And there's a big block. The pass from VakifBank is off the net, and this is looking like it's only going one way. Guidetti has started to get emotional, and VakifBank have gone quiet, and from an 8-6 change of ends, so 10-9 down. RZESZÓW, the fans and everybody absolutely raging here and getting behind their team. Shouldered it. Chance for Hack on the right side again. High off the hands. What a touch that is. RZESZÓW are flying here. Gabby with the dig. 2 up in the block this time. More outrageous digs. There is nothing that can be done here from VakifBank because RZESZÓW are just flying. What play. Really. Jurczyk leaves the game, but after making just ferocious plays the whole time. VakifBank hang on in there, but this has been such a tireless display from RZESZÓW. It's been outstanding. This time, the body tries to get across. The game's just a little bit too quick, and in turn can't quite close the block with the inside hand. Blocking is a game of time. Blockers need time to get across put pressure on the spikers. On Aria. Another one who's had a big evening on the right side. Hack makes it look easy, but it's a regulation play for VakifBank. Remember, their last 3 games have all been 3-2 losses. Their last 3 losses have all been 3-2, sorry. But VakifBank have won all 6 of their group stage matches this year. Only dropping sets against Monza. Just remember, against Kaliningrad, RZESZÓW won 16-14 in the finale. And now they take the lead in the final set at business time. It's absolute. Look at Guidetti. He's already lost his rag. Andrijevic, with all the experience of 2 European gold medals to her name, and Olympic bronze to go with it, serving on the front court receiver. The powerhouses of Europe are under the cosh again, but the pass is off the net. Barch Hackley has to try and make a good decision. She does make a very, very good decision there, Barch Hackley. This is the American Olympic gold medalist, best outside hitter at the Olympic Games, serving. Which side did that come down? It came down certainly VakifBank's side. VakifBank, sure, they've got the hill block here. So maybe a challenge from Guidetti. This is going to tell us a lot more. Which side of the net did this ball come down? Absolutely on VakifBank's side. Stenzel is right to celebrate. We're going to have a challenge anyway, but that might just be a waste of a challenge for Guidetti at this time. At the very, very least, it's going to force Stenzel. Stenzel, one of the best servers in the Champions League this year, is going back at a key time. Remember, served her team to victory in the previous set. Guidetti calls a timeout. This is huge, huge moments for VakifBank. Finalists last year, 4-time winners of this competition. RZESZÓW have never made it this far in the Champions League. They're top of the Polish league. They've never won that either.
We can go, and then they will help a lot. You can also last moment opening 1 if you see position 4 very new. Okay? And we go confident on tip 4. Strong now. Strong now.
Guidetti slightly calmer than moments ago, but that decision certainly has impacted the game in numerous ways. The reactions have a domino effect. Stenzel has been such a threat from behind the baseline, serving at 13-12. And it's a great timeout from Guidetti because it does affect the service of Stenzel. And here come the bench. Miriam Bosch coming back on again. They have 3 on the front court. Kansu has been a target for the offense of RZESZÓW throughout the evening when she's been blocking. Buket comes on the back, and maybe some frustration there as changes come in. Miriam Bosch, one of the most experienced players. Serve to the front court receiver, 13-all. Clutch, absolute clutch. Ayemi the American on the wing, gets served to the inside. Just squeezes one past Bosch, who's potentially a little bit wide in the block. Timeout from Guidetti. Save both of the timeouts for the end of the set. Big moments. VakifBank All-Stars. Guidetti didn't expect to have it all his own way, but my word, this has been as tough an evening as he's faced for a while. At 14-13, RZESZOW have a big opportunity for an upset, and they're gonna have a swing for it. What a game this has been. A dig, the ball goes wide, and it is one of the biggest upsets the Champions League season. It's the first time in the quarterfinals for RZESZOW, and they've defeated the 4-time winners from Turkey, and they've done it in 5, all 3 sets that they've won by the closest of margins. Guidetti, wow, someone who was so animated moments ago, just looks blank now towards the celebrations. What a job that Stefan Antiga has done with this team. They're top of the league, and now going into next week, the Champions League is going to be very, very interesting. Guidetti and VakifBank need to win 3-0 or 3-1 to seal their place in the semi-final. So happy that they've won 2 sets. This is how it finished, but VakifBank found a team up for the challenge tonight. It was a slow start for them, and Antigua has achieved a lot in Poland, but that will be up there with the best of his achievements. A World Championship winning coach with Poland men's in 2014. This is his first job in women's volleyball, and he's doing a sensational job of it. RZESZOW, look at that. They won 3 sets, 29-27, 29-27, and 15-13. Well, they have their moment, deservedly so. Stencil receives the MVP. Big serving. Coming into this game was already one to watch out for. 10 aces, 14 blocks coming in, but it really was a squad effort. You heard the Rocky theme tune, and look at the fans in the crowd. Polish fans make noise for volleyball wherever they are. Whoever they're supporting, they're the best fans in the game. And that is truly a game to remember here from RZESZOW. They've done exactly the same as they did to Kaliningrad. 16-14 they won here in a 5-set thriller. And this evening they've done it again, but they've stepped up against a team who is so dominant in World Club Volleyball, VakifBank Istanbul. They've beaten one of the powerhouses in Europe in an evening that RZESZOW will never ever forget. Well, 2 Turkish national team players sit and discuss the evening's events as we go down courtside.
I think it's the biggest surprise of this edition of Champions League.
Yeah.
What can you say after something like this?
Yeah, I mean, I think we knew we were the underdogs, but like we didn't care, and we didn't want anybody to underestimate us, and I think that proved that tonight.
And now you need to prove everything in Turkey. It seems to be very difficult because we know what is goals of this club, of this team.
Yeah, no, they're a great team, and obviously when we play them at their home, it's going to be a bit different. But we just have to play our game and execute like we did here.
As you can see, hard work pays off, so it's everything on your side.
Yeah, I'm super proud of us as a team. We never gave up. We never were intimidated. We just stayed the course and came out on top.
Thank you so much and congratulations once again.
Thank you.
They knew they were the underdogs, but they did not care, and because of that attitude, the fighting spirit, some of the defensive plays were just on another level. RZESZÓW have done this in 5.